At the beginning of the film, a translation of verses 16 and 17 from Surah Al-Araf of the Quran is shown. The essence of these verses is that Satan will try to lead humans into trouble by diverting them from the straight path and attacking them from every direction. After this, the scene shifts to a rainy night where we see a woman wearing a raincoat. Watching a room closely. Then we see Asha and her mother. Asha asks her mother if she is still wearing that ring. Her mother explains that the ring was given to her by Asha's grandmother at the time of her wedding. Jokingly, her mother says that once Asha finds a boyfriend, she will leave her and go away. Asha promises that she will never get married and will take care of her mother for the rest of her life. Her mother then requests that Asha not go to work the next day and stay home with her. Asha explains that she is a nurse and there are many patients at the hospital, so she has to go. Asha notices that her mother is not feeling well. Her mother admits that she feels scared when she is alone and feels as if something bad or ominous is around them. Asha reassures her that it's just her imagination. But in the very next moment, we see Asha lying alone on the bed. This means everything she had been seeing until now was just her imagination. The next morning, while Asha is heading to work, a strange woman named Room repeatedly calls out her name. Room claims that Asha's mother came to see her. Shocked, Asha tells her that her mother has already died. But then Room surprises Asha by saying her mother's name, Ratia. Room invites Asha to her house so she can explain everything in detail. At first, Asha refuses, making an excuse about work. However, when Room mentions the secret ring that only Asha and her mother knew about, Asha finally agrees to go. At her house, Room lights a candle and begins a ritual with Asha. She tells Asha that once the candle goes out, her soul will leave her body, and if Asha calls out to her deceased mother at that moment, she will respond. After the candle goes out, Asha calls out to her mother in the darkness. From the other side, her dead mother responds. Hearing this, Asha begins to cry. Then a flashback shows the moment of her mother's death. When Room allows Asha's mother's spirit to enter her body, she says she feels extremely cold and that it's suffocating in that place. Asha tearfully apologizes. The scene then cuts to the hospital, where some nurses are talking about a colleague named Shanti. Shanti has been fired from her job due to an illness. She used to visit elderly patients at their homes to take care of them. Among the nurses, a guy named August claims that the house where Shanti used to work was haunted. According to rumors, the patient living there practiced black magic to become rich. Another nurse named Ani dismisses all this as nonsense. That night, Shanti is shown lying in her room. Suddenly, she hears a strange noise and sits up. Above the door, she sees a strange old man. Terrified, she hides under the blanket. But the demon slowly crawls toward her in a horrifying way and climbs onto her bed. The scene then cuts back to the hospital, where the nurses start arguing again. No one believes August's ghost story. They tell Rama to ask Asha whether she will really take the job that Shanti left behind. Rama says that Asha's current house reminds her of her mother. That's probably why she wants to start a new job. The other nurses begin talking about Asha's mother's death. They say Asha's mother had been suffering from depression for a long time and eventually committed suicide. On the day she died, Asha had just finished her shift and was out on a date with Rama. They regret that if Asha had come home earlier, she might have been able to save her mother. After that, Rama goes to Asha and asks when she's going to start the home care job. Asha tells him she's planning to start tomorrow. Rama tells her to take things calmly and even offers to drop her off if she needs a ride. Rama wants to drop Asha off, but she refuses. He apologizes for that night when Asha's mother died. However, Asha reassures him that it wasn't his fault at all. The next day, Asha arrives at Mr. Elam's house, introduces herself, explaining that she had messaged about the job the previous night. Mr. Elam politely invites her inside. He explains the patient's condition. For the past year, the patient has had trouble speaking and refuses to see a doctor. Most of the time, the patient just lies in bed and sometimes gets angry. When Asha asks about a family doctor, Elam says that all the doctors he used to know have passed away. Then he orders Asha to take very special care of the patient. Mr. Elam asks if Asha will be able to stay in the house alone. He warns her not to suddenly run away from the job like the previous nurses did. He also mentions that his wife, Maya, used to live in this house as well. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Rama asks his colleague about Shanti. He learns that ever since she quit her job, Shanti has been sick and hasn't been replying to anyone's messages. Rama asks for Shanti's address. Meanwhile, Asha starts cleaning the patient and tells him to let her know if he feels any pain. The scene shifts to night. When Asha goes to feed the patient dinner, he angrily throws the food away. Asha tries to explain that without proper nutrition, He won't recover quickly, and she politely asks him not to do that again. Later, when Asha goes to the bathroom to freshen up, she hears a girl's voice calling her. Asha ignores it and finishes her work. After that, Asha and Rama talk on the phone. Asha expresses sympathy for the patient, saying that there's only one family member left to take care of him. The patient once had a daughter who apparently died in childhood, and his wife is no longer alive either. The next morning, Asha sees two graves in the courtyard and walks toward them. Just then, she notices someone staring at her from the patient's room window. Asha runs to the room, but when she gets there, she sees that her patient, Ismail, is actually asleep. Meanwhile, Rama goes to Shanti's house to check on her. As soon as he stands outside, the gate of Shanti's house suddenly opens on its own. Seeing both the gate and the door open, Rama walks inside. As soon as he enters, he notices a very foul smell in the house. Then Rama finds Shanti's dead body in a very horrifying and badly decomposed state. Seeing the corpse terrifies Rama. Shortly after, health workers arrive and take Shanti's body away. They explain that Shanti had been dead for more than a week, and judging by her face, it looks like she died in extreme fear. They advise Rama to report the incident to the police. Rama calls Asha, but she is in a deep sleep and doesn't answer the phone. Just then, a hand gently strokes Asha's head. Asha immediately wakes up, but she doesn't see anyone in the room. She then checks under the bed. She notices something there and tries to pick it up. Suddenly, the bed makes a creaking sound, and Asha sees someone sitting on the bed with their legs hanging down. This terrifies her. Then she suddenly wakes up. It turns out it was just a dream, and by then, it was already morning. After this, Asha tries to feed her patient. However, the patient tells her to throw the food away. Ismail throws the food again. Taking a deep breath, Asha calmly explains to Ismail that if he keeps behaving like this, he will never get better. While cleaning the floor, Asha finds something under Mr. Ismail's bed. At that very moment, she finds the same kind of object under another bed as well. Asha doesn't think much about it and simply throws them into the dustbin. When she goes to throw the trash away, we see Mr. Ilham's wife for the first time. Meanwhile, seeing how quiet the hospital is, Rama and Furman talk about how it's hard to tell whether this place is a hospital or a cemetery. Rama then goes to the restroom. Suddenly, the lights go out. In the darkness, Rama comes out of the bathroom and starts looking for Furman. Suddenly, he sees Shanti's ghost, which frightens him badly. He tries to run outside, but the door is locked. When Rama tries to leave through another door, Shanti's ghost appears right in front of him. Just then, the lights come back on, and Furman arrives. Furman asks what happened, but Rama avoids the question. Even after going home, Rama cannot forget the incident. The next morning, Asha wakes up and takes photos of the strange objects she found under the bed. She leaves a note for Mr. Ilham, explaining that due to a family problem, she has to go out for the whole day and will return in the evening. Meanwhile, Asha and Rama arrive in front of a house on a motorcycle. When Rama asks about the house, Asha says that the person who lives there might be able to help them. They knock on the door. In fact, Asha has brought Rama to meet Rumi. Rumi is surprised to see them but invites them inside. Asha shows Rum the photos of the items she found in Mr. Ismail's room and asks what they are. Rum explains that it's a protective charm. Normally, such charms are meant for protection, but some of them can actually bring illness or great misfortune. According to Rum, this particular charm is cursed. Asha tells her that she found it under the bed belonging to her and the patient. Rum then guesses that maybe Mr. Ismail isn't actually sick. Instead, his own family might have cursed him. Suddenly, Rum asks Rama for his wetten, which is his birth time according to the Japanese calendar. Rama replies that his wetten falls on Kliwon Tuesday. Hearing this, Rum happily says that it's a very powerful and sacred time. People born at that moment are immune to black magic. Rum then instructs Asha to go home, burn the charm, and recite a special chant while doing it. After that, they say goodbye to Rum and leave. Rama asks Asha why she didn't tell Rum about Shanti. Asha says she already mentioned it earlier, and according to Rum, Shanti was sick even before she started working in that house. Rama doesn't trust Rum, but Asha does because Rum had helped her before. Asha also says that Mr. Elam is waiting for her, so she doesn't want to be late. When she reaches the house, Asha secretly begins the ritual to burn the charm. She sets it on fire and starts reciting the chant. Suddenly, Mr. Elam's wife, Mian, starts banging loudly on the door. She comes inside and immediately smells something burning. Realizing that something has been burned, she starts questioning Asha. Mian says she heard Asha talking to someone while she was alone inside. She strictly warns Asha that her job is only to take care of the old man, not to interfere in other matters. Asha says that she's been having bad dreams in this house, but Mian scolds her and shuts her up. Mian says that Asha knows nothing about the history of this house. That night, Asha sees her mother. Her mother shows her a secret passage inside the room. Asha moves the wardrobe aside and goes through the hidden passage. There she discovers another room, which turns out to be a sacrifice room. Asha quickly starts taking photos of the place. Meanwhile, while Rama is sleeping, he suddenly sees Shanti's ghost in his room and gets terribly scared. But then he wakes up. It was just a nightmare. The next morning, when Mian doesn't see Asha, she goes to Ismail's room. Then she calls her husband, Elham. As soon as Elham arrives, Mian asks him if he knows that there is a secret room in the house. When he doesn't answer, she keeps pressuring him until he finally admits that he knew about the secret room. Mian feels shocked and disappointed that even after so many years of marriage, Elam kept the secret from her. After that, Mian calls Mr. Tarto and asks him to come to the house immediately. The scene changes and we see Rama meeting Room. Room tells Rama that she already had a feeling that he would come today. Meanwhile, when Mr. Tarto arrives at the house, Mian tells him that she discovered a sacrifice room on the upper floor. On the other side, Room tells Rama that the photo Asha sent proves that a supernatural entity is actually being kept in that house. Tarto explains that he had placed protective charms in specific spots around the house. These charms are meant to protect the family and prevent anyone with bad intentions from entering. At the same time, Room talks about a type of black magic called Khan Bobra. People who perform this magic in order to become rich always have some part of their house under renovation or repair. Also, one member of the family usually dies at a young age. Meanwhile, Tarto sees a photo of Ismail's younger daughter and asks about her. Elam explains that she died at the age of 13, and even the doctors couldn't determine the cause of her death. Mian wants to show Tarto the room upstairs. When Asha sends a photo of the shaman, Room warns that shamans can be both good and evil, so it's important to be careful. Room explains that the evil force in that house demands a sacrifice every 8 years. Elam then tells Tarto that exactly 8 years after his sister's death, their mother hanged herself in front of their father's bed. Room explains that if something goes wrong in the deal, the spirit becomes angry. Ismail may have feared that the next attack would be on his son, so he locked that room. Elam says that 3 years ago, after the door was sealed, his father suddenly became very ill. Room explains that a supernatural power needs a separate room where it can be fed or given sacrifices. The stronger the demon, the greater the sacrifice it demands, sometimes even a human life. Since the door was closed, the demon has been waiting in the darkness, angry and waiting for the right moment. It won't let Elam's father die until it has taken revenge by killing the entire family. The devil is weak right now, so it wants outside help to become stronger. Room fears that Asha is in danger because the shaman is probably trying to make that evil power even more powerful. Just then, in the sacrifice room, while Tarto and Elam are recording a video, Asha suddenly becomes possessed. In a demonic voice, Asha screams, "Get out!" Realizing the danger, Room explains that on the night of Cleve on Friday, a special ritual will take place that must be stopped immediately. Hearing Asha's screams, Room tells Rama to go there quickly and says that during the shaman's ritual, he and Asha must recite a chant together. Meanwhile, a struggle breaks out between Tarto and the possessed Asha. The demon inside Asha says that this is its territory and asks why Tarto came there. When Tarto asks its name, the demon bursts into loud laughter. It says there's no need to know its name and threatens to kill Tarto. Then Tarto pulls something out of Asha's mouth, which calms her down. After that, Tarto says that tonight, Cleve on Friday, a ritual must be performed. At night, Tarto begins the ritual. Just then, Rama also arrives there. He secretly sneaks into the house and reaches Asha. Her hands and feet are tied. He unties her hands and tells her that Room said they both must recite this chant together. He takes out a piece of paper and prepares. Meanwhile, as Tarto starts the ritual, Ismail begins screaming in pain. Then, as soon as Tarto starts chanting, Asha and Rama begin chanting as well. Suddenly, Tarto's ritual plate shatters, and the atmosphere goes silent. Just then, hearing someone approaching, Rama warns Asha that they are coming and hides under her bed. Tarto tells Mia that Asha is now better than before. Then Tarto prepares to leave. As soon as they leave the room, Rama comes out from under the bed and finds a note in Asha's bag. It says that on Cleve on Friday, The chant must be recited 12 times directly under Mr. Ismail's room. Rama keeps the note with him and tells Asha that he will come back to get her later. After that, the scene shifts to Room, who has already started a special ritual. She sends something like fire toward Ismail's house. Then Asha leaves her room and goes into the sacrifice room, where she sees her mother. Meanwhile, hearing noises from upstairs, Mia wakes up and also goes to the sacrifice room. Seeing the window shaking, Mia walks toward it. Suddenly, someone pushes Mia down. After a while, Elam wakes up and, not seeing Mia beside him, he goes out to look for her. As soon as he steps outside, he finds Mia lying dead in the courtyard. Hearing his father's laughter, Elham completely loses his temper and goes to kill him. Meanwhile, Rama goes back to the room. When Room sees Rama, she says she already had a feeling that Rama would come to her today. On the other hand, when Elham doesn't find his father in the room, he heads toward the sacrifice room. At the same time, Rama takes out the talisman and the note and starts questioning Room. He says he saw the exact same talisman at Shanti's house. So why is it now in Asha's bag? Room gives a logical explanation, saying that all shamans use similar talismans. But Rama doesn't believe her and becomes convinced that this is all Room's doing. He asks her about her real plan and conspiracy. Meanwhile, Elam enters the sacrifice room and sees his father laughing like a madman. At the same time, Room starts laughing loudly at Rama. She says Rama's guess is correct, but he lacks self-confidence. Room explains that it's because of this weakness and mistake that Rama ended up at her hideout today. Then she reveals her true motive. She explains that there is something inside that house that will greatly increase her power. She tried to enter the house before, but because of the protection circle, she couldn't get inside. So she chose another path. Room says she first used Shanti because Shanti could easily enter the house. But Shanti was very foolish and weak. After Shanti, Room used Asha to gain entry into the house. Meanwhile, when Elam tries to kill his father, suddenly someone hangs him with a rope, and his father keeps laughing continuously. Suddenly, his father calls Elham in a painful voice. But by then, Elham is already dead. Meanwhile, Rama loses consciousness due to the effects of Room's black magic. After that, Room wraps Rama in a shroud and prepares him for the sacrifice. She says she doesn't want to cause him pain. Then the sound of a knife is heard. Afterward, Room comes out of the house carrying something in a bag. Meanwhile, someone pours petrol on Mr. Ismail and sets him on fire. It turns out to be none other than Asha. She is the one who killed Mian, Elham, and Ismail. But Asha suddenly starts crying. On the other side, Room is also heading toward that house with the same bag. Meanwhile, Asha suddenly sees that devil and becomes terrified. At that very moment, Room also enters the house. Room sees that Asha is crying and sobbing, saying she was forced to do all of this. Room then takes Rama's severed head out of a bag and places it on the table. After that, she begins a satanic ritual. She offers Rama's severed head, who was born on Cleave Tuesday, to a powerful demon named Kajiman. She asks Kajiman to become her protector. Kajiman roars and asks if Room understands his conditions. Room promises that she will spend her entire life fulfilling Kajiman's demands. After that, Room takes something belonging to Kajiman and goes to Asha. In a flashback, it is shown that Room tempted Asha. She told Asha that if she helped her, she would be able to see her dead mother again. Desperate to see her mother, Asha agrees to help Room. This reveals that Room was behind everything. She did all of this to bind the demon Kajiman to herself and increase her power and wealth. Rama became her victim simply because of the time of his birth, Cleave Tuesday, and Tato was not the evil shaman. The real evil shaman was Room herself. Also, the mother Asha thought she was seeing wasn't her mother's soul at all. It was just an illusion created by Room. Anyway, in the next scene, we see Room wearing the same raincoat that appeared at the beginning of the movie. In the final scene, when Asha returns home, she sees her mother lying on the bed, and with that, the movie comes to an end.